Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on the podcast, Still Talking. I'm your host, Nathan Smith. Today with me, as always, my co-host, Max Harris and Brenner Smith. You guys say what's up?
What is up?
I should have introduced you guys one at a time. I should have known.
Yeah,
they were like, obviously, I'm going to be the first one to talk. But
obviously, I take priority. So
obviously, my co-host as always. But special guest today just randomly hit me up. Haven't heard from him in a long time, and we got him in on the podcast today. He was just an awesome guy. Always been a great friend to me, and I'm super excited to have him here, man. Austin Sly.
What's up? So I'm Austin Sly. I've known Nate for a long time. I've heard about his podcast and started following it and looking it up and listening to him, and I was really interested. And I was like, man, I want to be a part of that, or at least go sit in one or go see what it's about. I've never been a part of one before.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even say that. He didn't even know he was going to be in it. He was just trying to sit here.
Yeah.
And when we were sitting here, I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll share a mic with him. And I was like, fuck it, let's go get a mic and get this dude in here. I was like, he's always had a good conversation.
We needed a guest mic anyways because we are going to have guests.
So and I just hit him up and asked if I could just be a part, just sit around and watch, see what goes on. And I hit him up like, hey, bro, I'm on my way. And he's like, well, matter of fact, I got you a mic, and you're going to join us tonight.
Oh, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So, it's my first time. I'm excited. It ought to be interesting.
Oh, man, it's going to be
just kicking it, hanging out. So it's been a while.
It's just one of those things that, like, you know, we spent my whole life. Everyone's like, man, wish we could record these conversations. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to record.
Yeah, basically. That's all. It's just like we're hanging out with mics in front of our face.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's just a recording of just everybody chilling.
Yeah, man. It's just, and we kind of just talk about a little bit of everything, you know, what we want to talk about. You know what I mean? Just kind of whatever. Because, you know, I feel like a lot of the times the media is kind of controlled. You know what I mean? In a sense of, like, that's why Ariel Helwani doesn't work for the UFC anymore.
Well, and there's been
a lot of fighters didn't like him either.
Well, yeah, because he would have to ask questions in a terrible way because the UFC would like give him all these rules, so he would have to dance around them and piss everybody off. That's why he went solo, because they were trying to control what he could and couldn't put out. You know what I mean? And like, I like Masvidal, but when he showed up at that press conference and they kicked him out, when he was like, they were like, Ariel's got a question, and they were like, what's the question? And Dana, before he could even ask, Dana was like, he's going to want to know why you weren't here yesterday, why you missed camp, why you were late. And he was like, why is that a problem? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, why was he late?
Yeah.
Why was he not? You know what I mean? That's kind of some stuff. So I just feel like this would be a platform for anybody. That's why I encourage anyone, if you want to get on, just reach out to me, because this is a platform. If you've got something important that you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Let's get the issue out there. You know what I mean? Because I always feel like all it takes, man, is you just talk to somebody and just plant the seed, you know what I mean? And just try to instill something, you know, that can help somebody else.
And I mean, and especially nowadays, like we got so much shit going on with social media and stuff. You put your opinion out there and you get ragged on hard, or you know, people people start talking shit, you know, and they don't, and it might even not be the point you're even trying to make, that they take it the wrong way because they can't hear you talk. They just see what you write.
And that,
you know what I mean?
That's what I was telling them. That's why we're not live streaming right now, is because
Brenner's got a big ass mouth.
no, it's because you know,
Brenner's got a big ass mouth.
When you dropped the wrong words, man, we got to cut it out.
I mean, it's just like I don't want there's certain, like you were saying it right, when you say something, no one really cares about the explanation. You know what I mean? They just care about what you said.
Yeah.
They just care about the capacity that they heard it
And
in.
nobody knows us.
Yeah, you know
what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't want anyone's character to be diminished because they said something. Because, like I said, it's hard to do to keep yourself from saying stuff like that. Because when you get in this setting, we are just talking with the guys. You know,
Right.
we are just bullshitting with friends.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's easy to say something that might be, and it's like, and I know you guys, so I know you guys don't have ill-fated intentions.
Yeah,
It's just,
but you just got to make sure, because you don't know who's going to hear this
podcast,
and what context they're going to hear you say it in. And
I get statistics from this publisher that I have, and there's a couple. I've probably had 5 or 6 people listen to the whole podcast that aren't on my Facebook, that aren't associated, like aren't linked, because I linked all the social medias and every streaming site together. There's a couple people that like aren't related to me that are hearing this just off of like suggestions from Stitcher and stuff.
they're like, fuck it, let's
You know what I
listen to
mean?
these
It's
guys.
people. It's people like in other states. It
That's
shows you,
awesome.
you know what I mean.
Right.
So it's
That's
like I
awesome.
don't want them to hear, like, if we get bigger and bigger, I don't want someone to be like, he said that. That's fucking, you know what I mean? I don't want anyone to misconstrue what we say. But eventually, like I said, we're gonna go live. Uh-oh, here's my fiance.
Shut your fucking phone off, Nate.
No, do not do that.
She's sending me a
gonna
link.
kill you.
She's wanting me to buy her a wedding planner. I'm getting engaged. I don't know if I told you that.
Well,
Oh.
how about
Yeah.
you?
Dude, I got engaged. Like,
Did you let her
I'm
know?
getting
Really?
I'm getting married in like
Yeah,
how
this
May,
is the
bro.
ring. He
about-
just
how about
found
you
this
text
ring.
her-
And
How about you text Rebecca a picture of that?
yeah, I was gonna say, let's
So
do
you
that.
found the
Yeah,
ring
I
on
like
the
that.
podcast.
How about you put
But
this on
congratulations.
thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I actually think I knew about that on Facebook.
It was,
I was wondering if I could say that or not.
And I've done a lot of shit in my life, and I don't know why. And I knew she would say yes, bro. But that was the most nerve-wracking time of my life.
Yeah.
I tell
Oh,
you what,
dude.
that's the exact. So Nate was texting me
Yeah.
when he was talking about proposing to her, and he sent me a picture of the ring, and I'm driving with my baby mama, and I get it, and I go, man, that's awesome, bro, congratulations.
Yeah.
Like, I hope she says yes, and he replies back to me, he goes, oh shit, man, I didn't even think about that. Thanks, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
And
thing's better.
I didn't even reply at first. I just showed it to my baby mama, and she goes, "Yeah, she could
Well,
say no."
okay, so no,
That
the-
never crossed my mind.
No,
never
the-
was I like, she could say no. I
Yeah.
was like, she's gonna say
exactly.
she's
Like,
never-
wow, you popped the question. Now I'm moving out.
no, that was my deal. So like me and my girl, we lived together and shit, you know, and
Yeah.
and we had this big trip planned with some friends to go to Pensacola, Florida it was like for a week long. And she had this big ass photo shoot planned for the beach and
Right.
whatever. I mean, I wasn't too stoked about it, but you know, she was. So
Shit, you gotta put. You know.
I was like, hell yeah, we'll,
Yeah,
we'll-
no, you got to make them happy.
I was like, hell yeah, we'll take some pictures on the beach, you know, whatever. Well, I
And
told.
any woman that tells you that she doesn't want that shit is
Right.
lying
Her
in
ass
some
off.
degree.
Well,
In
let me
some
let
degree.
me tell you the crazy part about this. So our so-called photographer that was supposed to take her pictures is my fiance's best friend. Well, we're on the beach all day getting fucked up, you like just drinking and having a good time, you know,
How it's supposed to be.
and drinking margaritas and you know pina coladas and beers, whatever. We're all sunburnt.
Speaking of
And
beers,
we're all
Oh,
sunburnt
crack one
and
open.
drunk on the beach. Well, dude, like we're gonna take pictures at like right before you know sunset, and so it was about getting that time, and I looked around and I was like, "Oh, y'all ready to go back to the condo?" You know, our photographer's passed out, smoothed out, drunk on the beach, like sleeping, like snoring,
How much am I paying you,
and
motherfucker?
she's like drooling and shit, like she's completely gonked out, bro. Like we've been drinking since 9 o'clock that morning.
and it's okay. No, you said it was one of her friends. I was like, you can't leave them there because
No,
if she
no,
gets
no, no.
robbed, they're gonna have your pictures on the camera.
No, and so I was like-
you can at least
I
help
would
her.
take his camera and leave his.
I was like, we got to figure something out, you know.
You be the one to rob him. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
No.
pictures.
Like, bro, somebody robbed your ass, bro.
I could get rid of the camera,
bro.
We tried to
We
save him.
can report
and,
it. I'll-
and so this was the crazy part was so my whole plan, I bought a ring and everything. My plan was to propose during the photo shoot.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
thought that'd be
photographer got drunk
and the
passed out.
photographer's
So you
fucked
just
up on
standing
the,
there
and
with
I'm
the
like
ring,
now
like-
I'm like now what, you know? And so we get back to the condo and I'm like, we got to get her up. We got to wake her up. I was like, I'm ready to take some pictures. She's like, why do you want to take pictures so
what
bad,
the
you
fuck
know?
do pictures matter for?
I'm like, we had this plan for a week now. Like,
Yeah.
it's time to take some pictures, you know?
That's the hardest part about being a guy is that like you don't put that much like input into shit. So
I know.
like, the
All
night
of
that
a
she
sudden when you do,
legit, I
yeah.
was trying to propose and she's like, I'm trying to go to On the Border. I was like, or we could go somewhere nicer. And
Right.
She's like, nah.
she was all like, why are you trying to go somewhere nice? She's getting all suspicious, and I'm like, well, I mean, you know, what do you see? You're like,
It's like what'd you say when you
Bro.
came back and you kneeled down? She's like, did you get the sauce?
oh my
Did you
god,
get
dude!
the
Yeah,
sauce?
Did you get
she
the
didn't even know I was
sauce?
proposing.
Oh my God.
She's like, why are you handing me the sauce like that? Oh shit, that's a box.
Yeah, we were. My buddy was actually working at the restaurant, so we ended up going to On the Border, which was romantic as shit, as you can imagine.
no, okay. So get this.
Oh yeah. Finish
Yeah,
the story.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we get back to the condo, and our photographer's passed out drunk
Right.
in the bed. Well, her boyfriend, he's like, I'll get her ass up, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bullshit, bro. She's white
Yeah,
girl wasted.
right.
Like, she ain't getting up.
He's like, watch this.
And he's like, I'll get her ass up. I was like, no, you
This
won't.
hotel has a nice
And I was like, I
bucket.
tell you
Watch
what.
this.
I was like, I tell you what. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna get ready, and I'm gonna come back and see if she's awake. I get back, nah, she's not awake. I'm like, I was like,
She's
he-
on her shoulder.
No, then I finally told him, I'm like, bro, here's my plan. I'm trying to propose. Like, I need somebody to take these damn pictures. He's like, I got you, bro. I'll take them.
You got this.
I was like, all right, bet. So we go down the beach. I'm like, all right, baby, ready to take
And here-
pictures, you know?
The theme of today is you putting your trust in the wrong
Oh,
people.
I know, dude. It was
Like,
awful.
it's-
It was awful.
I've got you, bro.
And,
oh, absolutely.
So we get down there, and dude grabs his camera, and he took the pictures, and it ended up working out good.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so she said yes, and
Fuck yeah.
we like partied down at the condo that night, had a little celebration.
Hell
We
yeah.
went to one of the little local clubs on the boardwalk, and they got us free drinks, and it was a good night,
I gotta
bro.
know, man. That first night of engagement, she gave you that firehead. Huh?
Oh,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
fucking.
Oh, yeah.
that was some good. No, that was some good shit. Even for
That
the rest of the
Well, I
trip,
bet
bro.
she fucking
She would, dude. Honestly, she wore me out. Like
Yeah,
it was,
got
but it was well worth. Dude, it was so
You're like,
fun.
"Listen,
like we had a good
I'm
time.
still fatigued from like
I gotta
spending
run that back.
money,
Did you
and
just-
then you're running me like.
Yeah, bro.
Did you just use the phrase shrimp boat when you were describing it?
No,
No? Okay. I swear to God, we were talking about getting head. He was like, shrimp boat.
no.
I was like, what? I was like, did you just refer to her as shrimp boat? I was like, what do you have to do
all
to
you
get
need.
that nickname?
She never stopped.
I was like, never once have I looked
Call
down and
that
been
bitch
like,
the
this is
shrimp
shrimp
boat.
boat right here. But no, man, I had it all set up. I was like, my boy was the waiter there, and I was like, I gave him the thing, told him what was going on. He gave my phone to the maitre d, or the lady or whatever. But he was fucking. I had it all set up to where whenever we were gonna eat food, and whenever they took the plates away, whenever we were done eating, I was gonna get up and propose. You know what I mean? But we got the food, and dude, my head started spinning, and I felt like I was gonna get sick, and I was like nervous. So I stood up, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "I'm doing this right now."
Right now.
And he turns to and he's like, and she gets up, and I turn around, and Kylie's like, "Did you get some sauce? Did you ask him for the sauce?" And I got down on one knee, and she looked so confused. She was like, "What?" And I was like, "Man," she was like, "Oh." Then she saw it was in my hand. She was like, "Oh my God."
Bro, and
You can see she's like,
my
she was
brother
like, "You get the
commented
sauce?"
on your.
Or,
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah."
My brother commented on your picture, and he was like, "Did you propose at Applebee's?" And I could just when you commented, you said no, not at Applebee's, and gave no further instruction. I could literally just see you over here going, "No, man, it wasn't out. It was fucking
on the board.
on the border."
That was fucked up. I was like, "No, it's almost as bad."
And then you deleting on the border and just going, "It wasn't." Like
No.
no.
Dude, it was so fucked up because like I was trying not to be suspicious because what happened is I was trying to wait till Thanksgiving, but she almost found the ring like 3 times.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm the worst at hiding shit.
Right.
So I would like hide it somewhere, and then all of a sudden, boom, she'd be like over there fucking around. Like it was in here in this drawer in the very back, and she had that bitch wide open. I'm talking like 4 more
right.
inches.
And
Right.
you know, no matter what you would have done, if she'd have been like, "I want to go to On the Borders," and you'd be like, "No, man, we're going to Red Lobster," she'd have been like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's
Well,
what I'm
no,
I'm
like-
like, I'm
Nah,
sure you
nah.
don't want to go somewhere nicer. And she's like, why? And I'm like, me, huh?
No,
We're
that-
going to Little Rock, bro. We're
you
gonna
talk
do it
about
right.
you talk about like hiding the ring, bro. That was the hardest part about the whole trip was hiding the ring.
Yeah.
And I mean, at home I had it like in a basic ass spot, like in the sock drawer, you know. But like she don't fuck with my socks, you know. So I just
Yeah,
put it in
yeah.
my sock drawer, and so
I don't do nothing. Shout
My
out to
baby
my
mama.
baby mama because she's in everything that I.
well
own.
My
my
baby mama takes care of me too,
Yeah,
bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
absolutely.
she cleans this whole motherfucker.
Shout out to my baby mama and shout out to my moms before that. Like,
Yeah, right.
and so like I was gonna put it in my suitcase, obviously the ring like for the trip, and she's like, "Hey babe, I'll pack your suitcase for you for the trip." I'm like, "No, I'll pack my own suitcase." You know?
no,
But I didn't know how to
Hey,
say it
listen.
to not make it sound suspicious, you know.
Dude,
This
that-
is
And
post
so that was like,
9/11. I will
damn.
pack my own bag.
I spent $60 at goddamn. So I can't remember where we went, man. She was over here. She had this thing open, and she was like 4 inches away from like 4 more inches. She just saw the edge of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And I was like, "Hey, you want to go get some food? You want to leave? You want to
Let's
go?
go
You
right
want to
now.
leave right now? Give me
You
a call.
want
Let's
to turn
leave right
around
now."
and not look here?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, let's go, 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 go. I was like rushing us out the house. You know what I mean? Trying to get her away from over there. But and then finally I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna propose where she figures it out.
Yeah,
She's
get
gonna.
it.
I was
Yeah.
like, she's gonna get suspicious and think it's something bad. She's like, he's hiding something.
Right.
Yeah, he's fucking cheating on me.
And then you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Then she's like, "You're a piece of shit."
Obviously.
You're just like, she's telling you how much you're a piece of shit. She turns around, you're like on one knee. You're like, "This is what I've been hiding." She's like, "So
Yeah,
that was
fucking
clearly
right.
No, no,
that
no,
was clearly."
No, my
Yeah,
girl,
fucking right.
He said,
no.
"Nice try with the fake ring, buddy."
Yeah, no, my girl would
It's
look
not
me.
gonna save you now. You
My girl would
cheating
look me
bastard.
dead in my eyes and be like, "So the other one said no."
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like,
Ah.
yo, my baby mama's good with those, man.
She hit you with the wrong
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah, yeah.
Make you feel like shit too. You'd be like, wow.
Yeah. That's not even my ring size, bitch. Like, I can eyeball that shit from across the room, motherfucker.
Dude, That was me. Like, I couldn't get the, and that was the thing too. I was gonna get the ring size, but I was like, how the fuck do you size this bitch's ring finger?
You're supposed to just
without
know
getting
shit like
caught,
that,
you know what I
Nate.
mean? Like,
Well,
how
you didn't
is
know
a
that?
thing? Like,
The
At
only-
some
I
point,
just took-
at some point in the 2.5 years of you knowing her, she fucking told you that shit.
Yeah, right. I took her
guarantee
one
it.
time.
Oh, you knew.
I
You
took
knew.
her
You just
one time.
forgot.
Yeah.
Well, the only
Because you don't
thing
pay
that
attention
was
to shit she
with
says.
mine, I took mine out and she like they sized her up and they put all the rings on,
Lubed up.
and they kept putting it like a lower size, and they were like, I gotta go get more lower sizes in the back. So that's my only key is I'm like, I know that chick has got like fucking Disney princess fingers. You know what I mean? Like the smallest size ring that
Little
you have.
skinny ass fingers.
Pull that shit out.
Makes your dick look
Like,
huge.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm super impressive. I'm Irish. I need all the help I can get. Like,
my dick looks massive.
yeah,
Bro.
She's got, like, baby
that
hair.
bitch got baby arms, bro.
I only take pictures of her touching it because
It's
it's
like-
for future reference.
It's like just for future reference.
It
like,
makes
he's-
you look bigger,
Like
you
he'd be
know?
sending you dick pics. Like he's like, just for future reference, those are her hands. those
Those are my
are not my hands. Yeah.
Look at this dude's head. Dick's pretty big though.
He got some little ass hands, but a big dick.
Yeah, dude.
It's like a.
Look how pretty it.
You got the sorry, I'll cut that out.
Got you looking, my bad, bro. God
Got
damn,
you
that
looking
was
like
good.
the guy from the Blue Bunny commercial where he's like, "We got Blue Bunny ice cream snacks for those cute little hands." He's got those little baby hands.
Just
pics
Brennan.
looking
I'm just gonna be
fire.
smiling like the baby.
Yo, he looks like Deadpool. He's got like the KFC spoon for a hand.
I gotta stop touching stuff. I'm sorry. That was all me.
God damn it! This
Yeah.
is fucking insanity.
We
I'm
back.
sorry.
All
This
right, no,
is-
we're good.
That's my fault. I'll
No
take
one
that.
rocked
I'll
the
take it.
table.
good.
No one
Nobody
rocked the
touched the
table.
table.
I can edit that now, so it's okay.
It's all good.
I'm gonna blame it on the guest.
I need to, what I'm going to get is I want to get one of these. I want to get a what's called a conference desk, but not like a conference table. A conference
Oh yeah,
desk.
fuck our whiteboard desk.
No, I want this.
I think it's
I
dope.
would want
Yeah,
to keep
no,
this
yeah.
for
I
later.
I like
for
it.
sure.
I really like
Draw
it.
Oh, bro.
on it.
Speaking of which, can I get a bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but what I was gonna say is I want to get a conference desk, which is pretty much like this big desk, like this principal size desk, but it would be pretty much what it is now, but one huge desk, and it would extend way farther out. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Almost like a big desk like this, but with like a conference table attached to it. So I want to get like something that's what it was labeled as in Swap Shop. But
And
that's
I
what
mean,
want.
bro, we're gonna have to get a couch in here, bro. So what happens with what happens when Moolah comes in here with his crew? We're gonna have to have a place to sit. Big
Maddie.
ballin'.
Hey,
Big
no, yeah,
ballin'.
no,
I
yeah,
totally
yeah,
forgot
yeah, shout
about
out
that,
Maddie
You know what I
Moolah.
mean? Because
Shout
you know
out
he's
Maddie
gonna roll up
Moolah.
with his managers,
Dude.
accountants, and whatnot. They're gonna have heat, bro.
That is so funny because I was just thinking, or I was just talking to Max earlier, and I was like, "What do we need a couch for?" I was like, I was gonna move that couch in here, and I was like, "What do we really need the couch for?" You know? And then he was like, "What about with Maddie? Because it would be
What a
crew,
couch.
man." I was
Maddie
like,
boy.
"Damn."
Maddie, hey, shout out Maddie
I've-
Moolah.
Yeah,
Y'all
shout
check
out
him
Maddie
out. Check him
Moolah
out on
for sure.
YouTube.
He's got a Bird Box right now on YouTube. It's going. I think it's got like 12,000 views. You guys
Damn.
go check him
Get
out.
it, son.
I know he's got
Absolutely.
a project dropping on January. I want to say
Paying them
2nd.
bills.
I want to say January 2nd. It's going to be Exit 111. You guys go check that out. He'll be dropping it on all major platforms. He's actually going to be on the show here in the
Yep,
next couple weeks.
yep.
We're going to get together.
Can't
Matt's a
wait.
Coming
hometown
up.
guy. He's
Yeah, it's my boy.
trying to do it big.
Hot Springs.
We were
baby.
on the same flag football team. We were 6 years old. Shout out to the
telling you, man.
Eagles. We came
He's a cool
second
guy.
place to the Boys and Girls Club that year.
His brother and my uncle used to be friends, man. So, well, I mean, they're still friends, I'm sure. But you know,
they
it's,
used to be boys.
used to be, you know,
we're gonna talk
back
about that.
when they were youngsters,
Back
you know,
in the young days.
in them young days. But yeah, he's gonna come on the podcast and check us out. But yeah, no, I never thought about it. He's probably got an entourage. I've never had a like I said, I've never interviewed anybody or especially a rapper. I mean,
He's opening up for NLE
mean,
Chopper. That's really
yeah,
like
that's
I
impressive.
didn't know that till he opened up for it. That's really fucking dope.
I know that I saw that he headlined and somebody that was signed to YMB opened up for him, and that
Wow.
was pretty impressive.
Why- yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No, he's making moves, man.
Yeah, no,
I
he's
was
like,
doing
dude,
it. I was-
anytime you can
I
pay
was
your
looking him
bills
up at
doing
work
something
for sure
like
and
that.
looking at a bunch of stuff.
Like he's not selling millions of records, but he's making good money doing shows.
I'm
and-
saying we'll get a couple hundred
That's
views on
fucking
this
awesome.
podcast when we stream it, like through
and
the
I hope
streaming
he hasn't even
channels.
blown up yet.
We're
so.
not blowing up on YouTube. Weirdly enough, we're not blowing up very much
Really?
on
YouTube is dying.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so this is my.
I
this
just
is-
don't think a lot of people are
Watching
doing
podcasts.
YouTube
Well,
anymore.
No, this is no.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to say about YouTube. So, from my perspective of you're on YouTube, you're listening to a podcast that doesn't have any visual, it's all audio. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was
And
my
anytime you lock your phone, it just cuts that shit off most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's just, it just becomes a
Unless
nuisance.
you got
You
that
want to try to
YouTube
watch it
Premium.
on something else that you.
I
can,
wanted to post
Yeah.
them on there just because I wanted us to have a YouTube presence. Because, like I said, we're gonna go to video. We're gonna go to video eventually.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do was
We're too
to
pretty not to
I
go to
want to
video.
get us.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
I want to get us in a habit of like in a swing of things. I want to get us to where we can fucking like. We're used to, we can we gotta whatever. We're in a routine. I want to get it. That's what I'm saying. I want to get us in a routine
Right.
to where we're comfortable doing things and we're putting out content. You know what I mean? Like we're releasing our first skit. I've released my first stand up. This is our second weekly podcast. I've done
Yeah.
my first freelance podcast. You know what I mean? We're kind of dabbling in the first of. We're
We're just
in
getting
the
everything
beginning.
kicked off. We're
Yeah.
we're still brainstorming a lot of the ideas. We definitely need to get
Give me
the
a
hood.
month or two, and
And
maybe
and it's all just trial and error. What
Yeah.
what works and what doesn't work.
Some
You know what I
stuff's
mean?
not gonna work, man. Some stuff
Yeah.
people aren't gonna really like
Right.
as much as other stuff. It's just
I
part
got
of
to
the game.
adjust Austin's voice. He was all shy and timid. Now
He's fucking-
he got a little
now
bit,
he's on
got
it,
a couple
son.
beers in him. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, screaming in the mic. I had his shit all the way up. I had to adjust him. He was all like, yeah, man, it's good to be here. He was uncomfortable. But
I really appreciate the opportunity.
no, I mean it's glad it's cool, man, because it kind of takes a little bit of time. Like I said, it's kind of like I said, we're still working on like not talking over each other. You got to talk into the mic. It's kind of a
Yeah.
I work on it all the time.
We're
Like,
all new to it. Everybody's new to it here.
there'll be people that'll be here and like we won't even be I won't be on, like none of this will be on. I'll just be right here. I'll be talking to them and I'll be like right here. I'll be trying to be acting like I'm in the mic, and it's just a practice, man. It's I'll move my body over here and do a million things and I will never move away from the mic. You know what I mean?
It's good to get in the habit of it. It's not.
It's hard, but like I say, you got to get in a focus. I just want us to get in a routine, and then like I said I will be on video by 50 episodes, but we've been moving and progressing. I took so much.
50 episodes is gonna be like.
It's going to be
hey,
way.
6 months from
we're moving way ahead of that.
My cousin's down, by the way. He'll be
Oh,
be
for
back
the
in-
animation.
He's
For,
down.
for anything. He does filming, and then he'll do the
down
animation.
for
he can do
anything,
animation.
Nate. You're
He's-
excited about
listen,
that.
Absolutely. And we all know Nate Dogg got the money. You know what I mean?
Nate- we all know Nate's balling, so.
Yeah.
Oh my
Anybody, like, I mean, do we, I mean, how bad do you want to be on
How
the
bad
show?
do you wanna
How
be
bad do you wanna
famous,
be on the
Nate?
show?
He said, "I'll make you a star."
How bad you trying to be on our podcast?
Another reason why we need a couch. Like, it's just right out of the
Leather.
gate. Like,
Leather.
yeah,
Shit, that was a good one.
something that wipes off easy.
No, keep that plastic wrap on it.
Don't even take it out of the box,
Don't
fellas.
even
There's
take
no
it.
point.
I'm like, hey.
Cardboard on.
They're like, yeah, man, we'll just take it out the box and we'll ship it to you. Like, or can you leave the plastic? on there?
leave the plastic?
They're like, that's not really polished. He's like, I'm shooting a porn.
Let me just be honest with you. Free
They're
love,
like-
baby. We're shooting some hardcore shit over here.
They're like, look, I was trying to get the leather, but all you guys had was the pleather.
Yeah.
So I don't
know how
wanna-
that bonded stuff
I don't
is
know
gonna
how
work.
that's gonna work.
Can I-
So I
Can
just
I
want
put
the
like armor oil on it?
I just
and
want the
it
cover
not
on there,
affect
okay?
it?
Does this mattress come with a mattress protector?
Yeah.
I love
Like
how
one
we-
of those ones.
Well, it's like we're really finna shoot a porn. We're like really like thinking about it. We're like, really, man, we could probably leave. We could probably stop him and get.
We need to buy a good sized tarp, put down on the
You know what I
floor
mean?
of the carpet.
You're-
You're like, how much access does it? How much access does the studio buy you? Like, what can we do? Shout out Howard Stern show. You know what I mean? We could have some people.
Would it-
we could
would
have
it
some
be
stuff
worth-
on here.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he had the spanking machine? He would like
Oh,
put like whipped cream
absolutely.
on that bitch.
Oh,
Oh, my
no doubt.
god,
We need
That-
to get some strippers up here. That's what
Howard
needs to
Stern.
happen.
You
I'm
think
telling
that's
you.
gonna? You think that's gonna go over well? You think we're gonna be able to
Oh,
smoke
yeah,
some
you-
strippers
you
over here?
think
All right,
we're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
be
Let me
Yeah, I don't
rephrase
think
that.
that's gonna
There's an order to this. We need a new location, and then we need strippers up in this piece, bitch.
He said we need a secret
We
headquarters.
need strippers for our non-visual podcast.
So anybody who's listening to
We're
this,
gonna be a
if you have
nomadic
premises
podcast.
somewhere else that cheap rent, we got you.
Dude, I just had like the craziest idea. I was just like, we take our podcast mobile. Like, could you imagine being like coming at
Podcast
you
out the
live
car.
from the strip club? You know what I mean? Coming at you live from inside.
Coming live
Centerfold.
from where anywhere we'll have
Get
us.
there an hour early to set up and
anywhere
shit.
that hasn't kicked us out yet. Yeah, they'd be saying, they'd be like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're just setting up.
Yeah, we're just saying.
We're just saying.
Hey, listen, you guys said free Wi-Fi, right?
You guys have a plug-in I can."
There's no drink minimum on this shit.
What do you mean there's not wings here?
Bitch, just give me some wings.
Bitch, just give me some wings.
I don't have wings.
They don't have wings.
Can you order them?
I could name like 5 places within driving range.
When I found out that like other strip clubs have like free wings whenever you spend money in them,
That was insane.
I'm like,
bro.
well, fuck.
Dude,
I guess
that
I'm
ma-
just
I
going to
know.
the strip club
Nigga,
every
what?
day.
That makes
does
ours look
not-
like trash, bro.
Yo, that does not make
Not
me
just
feel.
that, but-
Look, okay, let me, like, all right, you guys are like hung up on.
You're like,
guys
who
are
ordered
like-
the lobster
you
in
guys
this
are like-
fucking strip club?
I just want to point out that you guys are stuck on the fact that you're getting free food at a strip club. I'm stuck on the fact of like I don't want any food made at a strip club, dude.
You know,
I don't want any
yeah.
food
Free wings?
prepared
You know,
when girls sell
wait,
pussy. Okay,
What,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
bro, Kevin Gates says in some song, he's like, dang.
I
He
know.
says,
what you-
pulls up for Magic just for wings.
Yeah,
Pulled up in Magic City just to eat wings.
just to eat
Fuck.
steak.
I think it's the
no.
better for you when he's your Uncle Mozzie died. You're starting to realize what that means. Pull up on Magic City just from Monday to Magic City on the money.
I don't want to get
some
yourself with copyright.
Yeah,
Shut the
exactly.
fuck up.
And his boys come in here.
All right.
They're like, all right, y'all need to shut this shit down.
Shut it down right now.
All right, we're 25 minutes into our sports broadcast, and we haven't talked about sports yet. So we need
We're
to hop
talking
in
about
here.
sports again.
On our weekly sports broadcast.
Weekly
yes.
sports
Yeah.
broadcast.
Come on, bro. What are you doing?
I thought we said we didn't have a topic, like a main label.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
that's for the
all right.
freelance. That's for our weekly podcast is going to be like sports and just kind of current events.
Arkansas's new head coach.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
I have no idea.
Who is it?
He was an offensive coordinator for Georgia.
Chad
Georgia.
Morris got picked up as the offensive coordinator for Auburn. You guys see that?
No.
No.
Yeah.
But that's congratulations for him. I hope
insane.
Auburn does good.
All right, New England is 10-3. Baltimore secured their playoff spot.
Yep.
Kansas City secured theirs.
Yeah, that division's
Saints
trash.
secured theirs.
Patriots got caught cheating again.
What?
Yeah, no wonder they've been
What-
sucking it up, bro. They were
what
cheating.
they
They
do
were
now?
fucking.
When they played the Bengals.
Uh-huh.
No, it was the Bengals and the Browns game. They were recording it. They were recording the sideline, the Bengals sideline, like recording their play calls and
Like
shit.
trying to listen to their plays.
Yeah.
That was
Spygate.
dirty,
It was Spygate all
low-down
over again.
motherfucker.
Why the Bengals?
Yeah, the bank. Right.
Yeah, why
They're
are
really
they
sweating
scared?
this-
Why
they're
are they
really
scared of the
sweating this
Bengals? Like,
That's the most ludicrous fucking.
right?
That's
what
how
I'm
you can tell
saying.
it's a lie. They're like the
Yeah.
Bengals.
They're like, listen.
They don't have to start Tom Brady, and they can be. They don't have to start.
They're
Tom Brady
just.
and
They're
they'll beat
sitting
them.
over there. They're like, all right, let's think about who's due for a good win. And they're like, the fucking Bengals, man. The fucking Bengals. We need. Wait,
They got upset 2
I don't
want to
say the word
They're
cheat,
like,
but we need to start cheating.
We gotta
Of course
start
they're gonna
cheating again.
cheating.
We can't do this shit on our own.
They got beat by fucking Houston. They were like,
Have
look,
you
I just want to say,
Calm
we
down.
got to get some shit
We're
happening.
cheating. We're going
if
back.
we're
to
talking
fucking
about
cheating.
sports, I just gotta say this weekly. If you like the Patriots or the Cowboys, then I just want to give a big wholehearted fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And we appreciate you for tuning in to our podcast.
Yeah, thank you for
no
listening to our podcast.
Not
No
everybody.
matter,
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
your affiliation.
And
Max
your
doesn't
team's
speak
trash.
for
Get on here
everybody.
and defend it.
Okay, so we're gonna go league leaders. Dak Prescott, 41-22 for passing yards. Not who I expected in the top 5, but
Yeah,
Jameis Winston
Jameis
at 2,
Winston's up.
Phillip Rivers at 3, Jared Goff at 4, and Matt Ryan at 5.
But
That's what I'm
bro,
seeing, though.
and it's like none of those. I don't. Who'd you say? Jared Goff, Phillip Rivers, Jameis Winston, and Dak Prescott and Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
All 5 of those teams are trash.
Yeah, right. Nick Chubb. It's not very, very much of a running league this year. Nick Chubb averaging about 100 yards a game. Not bad.
Bro, shout out Lamar Jackson. He's like the ninth
Lamar.
leading rusher in the league. He's a quarterback.
Killing it, man.
Not like leading quarterback rusher, like leading
Michael
rusher,
Thomas,
like
1,400 fucking receiving yards.
No, but I mean that's
Mike
good.
Thomas.
That's pretty badass. So you're a quarterback, like keeping up with the running backs.
he runs
Like,
it
that's
like
impressive.
a running back,
You
bro.
know, he's got feet.
Yeah,
if
that's
you've watched
impressive.
the Ravens play, dude, he is a fucking video game. It's like I watched the Bills game, and then he did the play action read, and he kept it, and the outside linebacker came down and met him like right behind the hole, and he did like a 5-step stutter, and the linebacker just fell on one knee, like just fell down, and then he just fucking ran it for like 12 yards.
Damn.
He should have got tackled in the backfield, dude,
Right.
Like,
Dude, we got a pretty good.
and it wasn't like
Shake
it was
bang.
fast as fuck.
Got a pretty good cornerback core over here. We got Devin McCourty for New England, Marcus Peters for the Rams, or he plays for Baltimore now,
Yeah,
and then Minka Fitzpatrick playing for Pittsburgh.
Minka.
They're all all tied for first place with 5 interceptions this season. Joe Hayden bringing it up at 4th place and tied with Stephen Gilmore with 4.
Gilly's the best.
Killing it, huh?
To me, Gilly's the best cornerback in the league this year. Gilmore for the Patriots. Whenever you look at the
Stephon Gilmore.
he's they released the NFL released the top 6 candidates for the Defensive Player of the Year, and he's the only quarterback in the list. It's like him, Nick Bosa, Cam Jordan. Fuck, I'm trying to think. Can't think. A DN for the Bucks. T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt's little brother.
I can't wait to see what's going on this week. You know what I mean? Can't see what happens this week. Like I said, it's kind of hard to really get into football right now. Like when we get to week 17, I'm gonna have 2 guys on who are like NFL experts, man. And they're gonna chop it down. It's really hard to get into NFL because you know what I mean. There's so many up in the air right now about the playoff race. So.
Yeah, the playoff race is really funny right now. This like with the Saints losing to the 49ers.
Which I didn't know.
There are the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens are both 11-2, and then the Saints, the Packers, the Seahawks are all 10-3. And if the Seahawks beat the 49ers week 17, then the Seahawks win that division, and the Saints get the 1 seed because we beat the Seahawks earlier in the year. So if everybody finishes 13-3, the Saints get the 1 seed with the Seahawks beating. If the Seahawks win the NFC West.
And so they're just banking on this Seahawks game.
We got to win out, and we need the Seahawks to win out.
Right.
And they play week 17 is when they play them. And the 49ers, if they don't win their division, they're going to finish 13-3 and be the 5 seed. They're going to be a wild card team going on the road to Dallas or Philadelphia. Whoever wins that game this weekend is going to win that division, I think. Like Dallas and Philly, they're both 6-7. Both of them are gonna maybe finish 8-8, and they're gonna fucking go to the playoffs.
Shout out to Austin Fane. He was hype about
and get a
he was hype about Philly winning. I was like, did you guys beat the Giants?
Had to come back.
Did you guys beat the Giants?
Had to come back on the Giants.
Yeah. They were like, it was a comeback, baby.
NFC East,
baby.
I seen this thing and it was talking about how Carson Wentz is so fucking clutch and shit.
2-30. What?
I was seeing this thing and it was talking about how clutch Carson Wentz is for coming back on the Giants.
I mean, he's pretty good. I mean,
he's decent
when he stays healthy.
It's a team effort. You can't blame him for.
No, I'm not blaming him for losing, but
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
Guys made of glass.
I just want to shout out my dad. He loves trap music. He shares all the like when I make statuses about trap music.
Nate's
he shares
dad got Facebook, and it's been the best thing ever.
Dude, I love it.
He immediately knew how to use it. He started sharing.
He shares
memes.
all your shit. He will
drops
drop
a
likes
like.
on your shit.
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wait
a minute. He'll send
if
you a
you
request.
share my
The
meme-
only thing that my dad uses Facebook for is to go over to his neighbor's property that looks like shit compared to his and take pictures of it and go, why the fuck did I move here? It's like literally what he does because he lives outside of city limits, so there's no zoning laws. So he'll take a picture of his property, which looks immaculate. Shout out Paul Smith. And then he'll go next door to where she doesn't have sewage, and he'll take a picture of it when they'll have like Escalades with no fucking wheels on it and shit that they've stolen, I'm sure. And he'll take a picture and he'll be like, "What the fuck is this?" and then that's it. That's like literally all. That's like the only thing. And then sometimes he'll share stuff that I share. Yeah. That's it.
Does he drop likes before he shares?
No, he's just like me. You just steal that shit and move on,
if
baby.
you steal my
But go on,
meme,
Yo,
without
yeah, if you
liking
steal
it
my
first,
shit and don't like it, like, damn.
fuck you.
And I'll steal
He
your
shared
shit.
that shit where
I'll
I was
delete
like,
somebody over that shit if you do it over and over. If
The
you're a
one I-
repeat offender, I'll delete you.
He shared the one where I was talking about Waka. I felt like that white man Waka Flocka hit with the champagne bottle. He shared that shit. Dude, it was for someone who reluctantly was like, I ain't don't need no damn smartphone for like as long as
He's
I'm
loving
with
it,
him.
dude. He's living his best life.
He got a smartphone because he was like, he said he wanted to take better pictures of my kid. And
Yeah.
he got a smartphone and he's on Facebook. He's like, might as well. And
Yeah.
now he's on there, man.
Bro, my dad went
He's
out
hooked,
and bought.
bro.
He promotes
he
the
went-
podcast, bro.
Yeah.
My dad went out and bought
I'm
the,
finna
like,
give
the
him business
newest,
cards, man. He's
most
gonna pass out
expensive
cards,
phone
too.
that he could, and all he does with it is ask me how the fuck to use it.
Right?
All he does.
Over and over.
And then he'll brag to me about it. He goes, man, you know how much he's like, man, this phone's badass. It does everything. Show me how to pull up maps. And I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind, bro? Get out of here.
Okay, boomer.
Bro, my dad had a flip phone until like 2 years ago.
Bet.
And now he's got like the
Mitch.
iPhone 5.
Listen,
like,
there's only one way.
That bitch is like fucking that big.
Just got the 5C.
He just did a little bit.
plastic bag.
Did not catch up at all. Just switched like a decade.
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
He went as far forward as he had to.
Yeah.
They're like, look, we don't. This is
Hey man,
obsolete.
let's
It's
not
gonna
act
work.
like
He
y'all
went
weren't
in-
rocking iPhone 5s 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh, no, yeah, right.
Oh well, absolutely.
Mo,
but-
and then,
yeah.
no, the
I'm
problem
still
is
rocking
though.
the 7.
No,
I don't
well, it's
fuck with
it's a
iPod.
7 Plus. Don't let me
Fuck Apple.
flip. I got a big phone. You
No,
know what
what's
I mean?
funny is
It don't even fit in my
you know
pocket,
he's got
so-
like the 5. He's got like the 5S, 5 whatever it is,
Yeah.
C, and
My thing is if it works for him. Goddamn.
well,
yeah,
it's so,
phone,
but it's so like
I
out
mean,
of.
he's got the color. Like he's
It's
got,
so out of
like
date.
purple,
It's
right?
like iOS
it's,
6.
It's very it's very sluggish, you know, and like
Oh yeah, because you can't
and it
update
glitches
it.
and shit. So it's like these iPhones are a piece of shit.
they're boy-
you know?
well,
And I'm like,
He
you're
walked-
like,
no,
I'm like, you're a
dude.
little bit behind. Like
got
He
the
walked into
5.
the Apple store and he was like, "Listen, guys, nobody's making any fucking
need to at least go
5%
get him a
commission
6,
off of me.
man. They're
Give
only
me
like
the cheapest
120
phone that
bucks.
you have."
They were like, we have this.
Yes.
We have an iPhone 5 in the back in Rice. They were, he's
six-
like, I'll take it.
He was like,
They're selling 6
Terry's
Plus
trying to get
for
rid
like
of his phone.
150 now.
no, I mean he went from like a $20 track phone to an iPhone 5. I mean
Yeah.
he did all right, you know.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
selling 6 Pluses for $150 because like I think it's in the next maybe 6-7 months in the next couple updates or whatever. Like they're not 6 is not going to be able to update. They're
They're
going to
not
stop
gonna be able to
updating
update
6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Apple
nervous
does
as shit.
this
I got
with
the 7
everything
Plus.
that
I'm
they
like, yo,
do.
I'm next, bro.
Yeah, no, you're
they're
next in
forcing me
line.
out next. Man.
Absolutely,
I
man.
have to
Apple
upgrade.
does this every time, man. They just try to get more money out of y'all, and y'all keep running.
I will fucking get a home phone before I get an Android.
Listen, I'll
on-
tell you
No,
guys.
I can say though, like I got
Oh,
roasted hard here a couple weeks ago. So I'm at my
I'll
future.
tell you
I'm
what.
at my future father-in-law's house, and his buddies are over there. We're all chilling, drinking and shit, and he has a Samsung something. I don't know what it is. The newest,
Probably a Galaxy.
it's a Galaxy Note or some
Yeah,
the
whatever
newest
Note.
one of the newest ones. But we all had iPhones, and we're all
guys like that.
well, we're all roasting him, you know. He's like, bro, you need a fucking iPhone, all this stuff, you know. And he's like, dude, Samsung has been out with the shit iPhone has for a long time.
No, it has been.
He said,
years.
no,
Everything.
this is what he
iPhone
said.
has.
He's like, the face identification shit. He's like, that's been out for years.
Yeah, I
he's like,
remember.
waterproof, bro. That's been out for years.
Everything.
He's like,
Everything.
he's like,
The
iPhone
thumb
is
scan,
behind Samsung,
everything.
and I couldn't argue with him. I'm like, I mean,
Well, and
Samsung
then, like,
did have that beat, but
the
I mean,
edge-to-edge technology that
Yeah.
was like probably 5 years
But-
beforehand. The thumb scan, face
Okay.
recognition.
What do your fucking
I
emojis
can-
look like?
I can tell you.
Your emojis?
What
Are
do
you
you-
out of
what
your
do
mind?
your
Catch me in the
emojis look
street,
like?
homie. How do your emojis look? What's good?
I'm telling you right now.
No, I mean that's facts. What are your?
They
You got some
might-
off-brand looking ass emojis. That's all I'm saying.
Apple might be behind Android, but Apple does it way better.
What?
Everything.
What?
Shout
What?
out Brennan Jackson.
But they
He's
do.
always like, Bro,
but they
I
do
can
everything
program
like
from my
5,
phone. I was
6
like,
years
I don't
behind.
need to fucking do that. He was trying to sell me. He was like, you should get an Android. And I was-
But-
or he was trying to get me to get like a Galaxy because I was looking for a new phone.
Back
and
your
he was
shit.
like, I can program from my phone. I was like, I don't fucking need to do
But
that.
back
I
your
was
shit. How
like,
are you going to sit there and you're going to say everything's better? What's better?
The interface, the usage,
The usage?
like
What does that
everything
mean?
About, like
What's
when you-
usage? What does
usage
usage
of
mean?
the phone,
What's that
bro.
mean?
Like,
how
using the phone
how
is
I
just
pull it out of my
fucking better.
pocket and then
Look, bro.
basically how I give
Look,
Apple my.
I
It's
ain't,
just
dope.
look, bro. Bitches don't get wet from Androids, okay?
When's the last time you got a bitch wet?
Ooh,
What's up?
I can't breathe.
bro. Well,
My chest caught
I think
911.
your mom left town
Listen,
about.
listen. That girl's like 60 years old. She ain't getting wet for nothing. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
just ain't
She's
trying
like-
hard enough, boy.
Can't breathe.
You ain't trying hard enough.
He said, "Let me meet her. Bring her.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Bring her to the show."
I'll pay for a fucking plane ticket.
He said, "And next week, we got a new skit coming for you guys."
Brenner's mom live on the couch.
I'll beat the fucking shit out of you right
We're
here.
gonna be playing the game.
False.
Shit is getting serious.
Let's do it, bro.
False.
Let's get it, bro. Come on, bro. What's good?
False. False.
What's up, bro? Get the fuck up. What's happening?
You for real?
I'm totally fucking playing with you.
my god, I was like, hold up, pause the podcast. I was like, we're not gonna have this on live. I was like, dude,
That would have got more views. You should have definitely left it on
oh
live.
my god. I'm over here fucked up. I was like, oh shit, it just got real in here. I was like, I missed it where it turned.
I was like, there's no way he's gonna believe it unless I take my hat.
Yeah, I was like,
There's no way he's
I
gonna
knew he
believe
was
that I'm
fucking.
gonna
I was
fight
like,
him
he's
while there's
fucking
still
with me.
cords
He's
on
fucking
me.
with me. I was like, do you really want to? Do you want? I mean,
that was hilarious, bro. Everybody was like, what?
Next
what?
one was like, all right, I need to take my shit off too. Then if he's
I was
doing
looking
it
like, are these fucking smiling behind me? Are they smiling? Is everybody else serious? Is this serious?
Everybody was all kind of like looking at each other.
Like this?
Sly has no idea who I am at all. Like,
He's like, I don't know this guy at all.
like,
What's
this
going
crazy-
on?
This
the
crazy
only
guy
thing that
just
he's worried
set
about,
it
he's like, I'm going to take my Miller Lite and move it about 40
I just
inches
grabbed my beard
out
and
of the
just
way.
like set it right here.
He said, I'm grabbing the 30 rack. I'm going to slide to the left.
All right, so now this is going to be the 5-second silence that you're going to have to edit out.
Yeah, that was shit was like got quiet.
I was like, whoa.
Oh god.
Well, if my mom ever listens to the early podcast, I have to be like, I kind of backed you for a second.
Yeah, Mom, I was gonna fight somebody over you. They were.
Exactly.
We were talking about
It
bringing
was
sluts in on a
50-50.
couch.
Yeah, it was 50-50. He could have not even asked if I was playing. He could have just swung on me. You know what I mean? It was. I was playing a dangerous game.
Worth it material.
Dude, that happened
Anything
to me one
for
time.
content.
Someone got me like that. I was pulling up to a party. I was probably like 16, and this guy named MJ. He was a really good athlete out of where I was from that area I came from, and everybody kind of knew who he was. And I went to school with his brother, Deion Johnson. Shout out, but and we played football together. And I showed up at the party, and I was really fucking stoned. And someone was like, "Oh yeah, there goes Nate," and he was like, "Oh man, I ain't seen Nate in forever." And I was walking across this big field, and he was like, "I'ma fuck with him." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm talking like, yo, he's an imposing dude. He's like 6'3". I mean, he might not be 6'3", but when I was that one,
I played basketball with him one time at Mount Pine. He was probably like 6'1".
yeah, he's imposing.
Yeah,
he was
he's not-
he looks big, dude. He's a big dude.
He's not. Yeah.
But oh yeah. Come on, Dabs. Yeah. I'm gonna hit one too. Yeah, he's kind of an imposing dude, but anyway, he rolls up and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Put your motherfucking hands up, bro." And I was
right.
like, and I came like
Swear,
hands
baby.
out. I was trying to like give him a hug. I was like, "What's up, baby? How you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like,
No, you're not
I
understanding
ain't
because
seen
He's like, no.
I'm like, I ain't seen you in the grip. I was like, I hug him up. He was at college and shit, playing football. I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Put your fucking hands up, son." It was like, "Let's go." Talking about you was trying to fight Deion. You was calling him the N-word. I was like, what? I was,
Whoa,
and
yeah.
I'm talking like I was violently
I
high,
have
bro.
only ever soft ate in my life. I have never hard I have never hard art, sir. Like,
Dude, and he was like, "Put your hands up." He was like, "Look, I'm gonna count to 3, and I'm gonna start swinging on you." And I was like, "God damn it!" I put my hands up and I closed my eyes, and when he counted down, then at like 1, he like hugged me, and he was like, "Man, I would never hurt you, Nate." He's like, "Why would you ever think I would do it?" And I was like, "You were pretty fucking convincing back there."
because I hadn't seen you in a minute. I don't know what's changed.
I don't know what's going on with you, man.
That seemed like real blind rage
Yeah.
you had going on there.
You came back from college a totally different fucking person, guy. Like,
He came and be like, "It was my fault." He's like, "Why would you ever?" I was like, "Bro, you seem pretty convincing on that. But you're a really good actor." Like, but yeah, it was great. He was like, "I'll give you
if
credit,
you ever
man."
want to be on the podcast,
He tried to give me. I was so fucked up that I called myself out. He tried to give me credit. He was like, "Man, you're the only person that I've ever done that to that didn't take off running." And I was like, "Yo, I already knew you was finna catch me." I was like,
right.
Where was I gonna go?
I was like, I was like 260. I was like, "Yo, he's a running back in college." I was like, "There's no way he's gonna
like,
run me
yeah.
down."
He
You know?
said, "Man, I was at fight or flight, son, and I just got done eating, so I wasn't running nowhere. What's
It was
happening?"
fucked up.
Like,
'Cause everybody was like,
yeah.
Everybody was kind of giving me props, and I was like, "No, man, I just figured if I close my eyes and put my hands up, you would just knock me in like one punch."
He was like, I was gonna take the first one and go to
That's what I'm saying.
sleep.
You were hoping for the knockout.
That's the first person I ever saw knock somebody unconscious, and I've seen him do it multiple times. Like, that's the one person, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen him probably knock 4 people unconscious, like calling the ambulance.
I've seen people.
Yeah.
I've seen
Like,
people go.
somebody
unconscious.
elevate his head. He is out.
He's not
Dude,
playing, bro.
a
He'll
guy
knock
from
your
my
head
school was on World Star Hip Hop with like 6 million views on his fight video.
Hey, everybody. So, I know this weekend everything was kind of a little bit different. We had Austin on unexpectedly. Like I said, he's just a really good friend of mine. I hadn't heard from him in a long time, and I really wanted to get him in here. And we just had a really good time, and we told a lot of stories, and we talked a lot of shit. And it was a really funny. We had a really good night, but we actually ended up recording about, I don't know, close to 2 hours of content. So what I did was I trimmed it down a little bit, and I cut some stuff out that wasn't needed, and I'm actually going to split it in half, and I'll be releasing the other half of this in here in a little bit. Well, not really down the line, I guess in a couple of days. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. There's some really funny stories in the back half. You guys should definitely check out the other half. I just didn't want to come at you guys with 2 hours worth of content. Just give you guys a little break, you know what I mean? Check some stuff out. And like I said, this week we'll be trying to release the skit, and I'll be trying to record some more stand up for you guys, so we'll have some more stuff coming out. I just didn't want to jam you guys with a whole bunch of content, especially with 2 hours at one time. But I appreciate you guys for listening, man. As always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, ideas, you want something you want to talk about, or you just want to be on the podcast, man, reach out to me. Contact me on Facebook. If you have my number, obviously contact me that way. I can't exactly remember if I've ever told you guys or said it, but I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys sharing this thing on Facebook. I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate you guys reaching out and giving me positive feedback. I know everything's not perfect, but we're working on it. You know what I mean? We're trying to get things going. This is really just a form of me getting to live my dream, and I've loved it every step of the way, the process, everything about it. I've loved learning from the bottom to the top to the bottom, learning everything about the business. I'm really, I'm still in the process of learning and everything, and we have a lot more stuff to do. Like, we're going to eventually be on video here before too long, and we're going to do some, events. We're going to get some of you guys involved. We're going to do a live thing on Facebook, and I want you guys to, be a part of this, and I really appreciate everything. So this is kind of just me saying thank you, and I appreciate everything. So once again, if you guys need me, just reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more content.